I never know when it's gonna go.
I think it's
never...
going.
Oh, it's going.
It's going.
It's going.
Hello, internet friends.
Hello.
I got to say it.
Yes.
I got to say it.
Oh wait, let's cue it up so that it's
Yeah,
right.
let's be smooth this
do
time.
the actual.
Oh, there's a keyboard shortcut?
Yeah, it doesn't work though.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Hey everybody.
Hello internet friends, I'm Ryan.
I'm Kai.
And this is Demos in the Dark live. I felt like that was loud in the mixer.
I liked it though. It's a jam.
It is a jam.
And my ears don't have a lot of bass, but I got to hear it that time.
Yeah, that's it's true.
Yeah.
Well, how was your week? We played music together.
We did. We had a show, a rare Ryan and Kai show.
Yes.
We opened with a song we made up on the spot. Someone told me there's no way we could have done that. And I said, "Are you calling me a liar?" And I fought him. And so it was a success. Yeah.
We did a dead cover, and then we took dead requests.
We did.
So that was.
And I didn't know them. But I don't think that really matters.
Really.
Who were we talking about? Who were we talking with? Where I said their bass player doesn't know any of the songs, and that's why he always comes in on 2.
Yeah, Phil Ash.
Yeah. That's still my hot take.
It's probably true. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Look
at all. Yeah,
so,
put them up.
Yep. Our friend William Bennett III, no stranger to our guest who will be on. Here we go.
And who just finished up a wonderful demo of Benson's new Germanium Boost. You should check it out on his Instagrams.
I'm glad that you guys are pointing out the internet friends because if you are unaware, we are sporting merch now on Demos in the Dark. If you go to demosinthedark.com, there's a tab that says merch.
Yeah.
And these shirts are there. They're American Apparel.
They're very soft.
Very soft.
That matters.
It does matter. They fit nicely.
Yeah. They're slimming. I don't know.
And, then you can say hello to your internet friends off the internet.
Yeah, in the real world, if you run into one.
Oh, man. So this is, our guest tonight it's going to be it's going to be different for me.
Yeah.
And so all of our guests that we have had on here to this point have either been friends of mine or mutual friends of ours. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited about this one because I don't know these guys. Well, yeah. I don't know anyone. I don't know any of the Frank brothers at all. We've never had the pleasure of chatting, and just from the 10 minutes that we spent earlier, I thought I think this is going to go well. But this is your bud.
This is my bud. I got to. I was on the road. I want to say 5 years ago. And the other guitar player in my band, Seth Doohan, also a Frank Brothers owner, messaged them and was like, "Hey, we love your guitars. We want to come into the shop and see what's going on." And they were like, "Yeah, come on in." So we hung out, had some beers, talked about Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
and
because you're in Canada.
Right. And
it's either that or Rush.
Yeah, and I don't really like Rush.
Oh, you can't say that.
I did. I'm sorry. I'll take off.
All right.
But yeah, and so another thing that's exciting for me this week, if you don't follow myself or the Frank Brothers on the internet, my personal Frank Brothers is finally completed. And so to celebrate with us today is one of the magicians himself, Nick Frank.
Here we go.
What's up?
Hello, my friend.
The airline
What's up, fellas?
pilot.
Yeah. He just got done piloting a commercial airline.
Yep.
He's in the hangar.
And he's never done being the handsomest twin.
Oh,
That's
well.
right. That's right.
Yeah, I do flight simulator most of the day
Cool,
because I got
cool.
the CNC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's
Just
basically
let
the
that
same
do
thing.
its thing.
You guys have a CNC machine in there?
Yeah, we got 2.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
we
you
got
do-
one. The first one we got, we nicknamed Rye Computer,
Cool.
like Rye Cooter,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's a computer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna hear some funky shop noises.
That's fine. Are you
This
still?
isn't a green screen background.
Are you? You're just piping in shop sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Are you in? Who's the new CNC? What do we call the new CNC?
Well, we were gonna do a naming ceremony or something like
Right.
that. Get some people to throw in some suggestions. But it's right there. It's a Haas
Cool.
made in California, and
Excellent.
it's
And if I
it's a
remember correctly, when I came through, your CNC machines were like vintage CNC machines, if you can even call them such a thing.
older technology.
Yes.
for sure. Yeah, this is. I mean,
Old world craftsmanship, we call it.
That's-
in the
yeah.
biz. Yeah. Yeah.
modern and old school techniques both involved.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I mean,
There you go.
this is cool stuff. Like, I bet you if Leo Fender had one of these, he would have been stoked.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I just know as like a homeowner that like when I get the opportunity to buy a new tool, I'm
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm
pretty
super
excited.
excited.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah, new
so
tools are great.
I totally get that. I'm about to say something that's not true, so I'm just not gonna.
I
say
want
it.
to hear it
No,
anyway.
it's not coming. I did
Okay.
that thing where I thought before I spoke.
wow.
We don't do that here. That's not what this show is about.
There'll be no more of that tonight.
No. No.
We got a couple of people checking in on their builds.
Oh no.
I don't know what
That's
that's
good.
like at all. I never did that
Yeah.
to you. I never delayed my build on purpose. I absolutely did. But
No, Kai, you have been exceptionally patient.
okay, but we should talk about, is the guitar there or is it in the mail, by the way? It's there.
No, so okay, we tried to get it out
Yeah.
on Wednesday. We were like, express ship it. Let's get this out. I
Yeah.
mean, our motto is better right than ready.
Love
which,
it. Yes.
You know, sometimes that tends to hold some things up, a couple days here
Yeah.
and there. But we were like, we'll get it out. And we were like, I signed up for express shipping. I was like, it's gonna be there by noon on
I know,
Thursday. That's
we were
perfect.
talking. I could feel the excitement in your message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like had it. It was ready to go in the case and everything, and we just like ran out of time.
No, it's all good. And
Missed it.
like,
And then today's a holiday in Canada. It's Truth and Reconciliation Day.
oh right.
So
Does
it's a
that-
federal holiday.
Yeah. And then that's like recognizing the damage to
The-
indigenous peoples, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
horrifying
Yeah.
repercussions of the. I guess it's the school system they
Yes.
had, the residential school system. I mean,
Mhm.
it's
It was
horrific.
meant to assimilate, but was basically cultural genocide.
Ge-
Very fun.
Genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
yeah, today's honoring the children that were lost and survived. But all that to say,
The silver lining is
DHL
that
doesn't
my
pick up
guitar
the
is on the show. I think.
it's going to be on the show. Do you want me to grab it?
yeah,
I would
go-
love to, because while you're saying I've been so patient, you guys have also been absolutely insane with the stuff you were willing to pull in order to make this thing happen.
That's a whole other thing. I
yeah.
mean, I could tell you what I was thinking when we started talking, because
Yes.
this is typical of Tim and I. Tim's my brother.
Would it be helpful for us to be looking at this
Let's
guitar
grab
while
the
we have
guitar.
this
Okay, let's
discussion?
grab the guitar.
Yeah.
All right. So
So
I'm excited to see this because I feel like we've been talking about it for a long time.
we have been talking about it for a long time.
So
So the impetus for this guitar is twofold. Well, threefold. One, Frank Brothers makes amazing instruments. If you haven't had a chance to play one, you absolutely have to.
all right, here we go.
And then, yes, please.
There we go.
So
Let's see here.
the
Oh,
I I had to sell my White Falcon once upon a time. And
Oh, you did?
I did, and
Which meant that he sold his boat.
yeah. I got tired of like having it be the only thing that could fit in my car.
I got rid of my fucking yacht.
Yeah,
that I used to have on my
exactly.
neck.
Well, what a luxurious yacht.
I know, it was great. And I found myself, I had wanted a Frank Brothers ever since I toured your shop, and I found myself looking at the Paul Reed Smith custom 22s, like just obsessively. And I don't, I've never jived with a Paul Reed Smith. So I was like, why on earth am I doing this? Why do I want one of these? And I was like, if I'm going to drop this kind of cash, we might as well do the dream thing. So I called you, and I think I explained the situation. And originally we were going to go with Shell Pink, and then I was like, well, hold on.
Right.
I don't have a White Falcon anymore.
Yeah,
what do you think? And I want to hear what was going through your mind.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh. Look at that thing. The White Goose, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
live audience is going wild.
Yeah.
That is something. Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're going to get a cease and desist.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Gretsch litigious?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm not sure what copyright we're infringing.
I don't know, but
Or
we did. I
patent.
mean,
It's a goose.
It's a
not
goose.
falcon.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
white.
we're Canadian, and
Yeah.
guys got geese tattooed on them.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And then what does it look? It looks like there's some little tiny toggles on there.
Yes.
Yeah, so Ted Vig, great pickup winder in St.
sound
Paul,
killer.
Minnesota. They're amazing. He made me some PAF style pickups for the neck and the bridge, and then there's a Firebird style in the middle, and they're all splittable. And from what I could tell from the video you sent me, he did an absolutely outstanding job voicing those as well.
They sound amazing. And the Firebird is out of control.
Yeah.
In the middle position, it sounds so good.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Hey, Sean.
And I love this this splitting configuration. We've never done this.
Oh, really?
With all three pickups being split with individual toggle switches.
Mhm.
Super versatile,
Yeah.
super fun, and it looks custom.
Right.
I wanna put this up real quick, Kai, so
Yeah.
that we can first stare this person down and then applaud them for the good joke. Ready? That was good.
I'm proud of you.
That was good.
Thanks, new internet friend.
That was great.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the joke?
It says, I tuned in late because I assumed there would be 20 minutes of technical difficulties. Which we had just told Nick about before we went on air. Oh my goodness.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. We're dialing it in, friends. We're really dialing it in. So when we started talking about, I interrupted you because you were saying you wanted to tell me what was going through your head when we were talking, and I'm very interested.
The way we build guitars, I mean, so we don't bind the body of the guitar traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like normally you would cut the shape of the guitar out, and then you would do like a route into the side of the body of the guitar.
Yeah.
A rabbet. And then you would apply the binding like that. You see Gibson, like wrap it in rope and stuff like that, or you can do it with tape. What we do instead is we leave the body as like this big block. People have probably seen it on our Instagram videos, and then we route a channel, and then we inlay the binding.
Oh.
So my plan was, instead of doing that with this binding, which is really thin, you don't have a lot of margin for error.
It's essentially drum wrap, right?
It is,
Yeah.
And I got shout out to Doug Cower,
Yes.
pal of ours, who supplied this. But before we went that route, we were going to actually pour this and cast it in place with epoxy and metal flake. And I bought a bunch of metal flake, different like types of epoxy. I did it a bunch of different tests. It went horrible. You just can't get the same look.
Yeah.
So I had to scrap that idea, and like we just tried to tackle doing it with the drum wrap, which is really tricky. On the top, it's not so bad, binding the fretboard and headstock.
Yeah.
But it's the heel cap.
Yeah.
So this is one continuous piece.
I seem to remember a message from you saying we're never doing back binding again.
Yeah.
So sorry, everybody, I ruined it for you.
I feel like we both have gotten away with a few of those. Like Scythe told me that they'll never do. Oh hi.
Hey buddy. Harrison's here, Ryan's son.
Hi bud.
You want to come in and say hi to the internet people? Yeah. All right, get in here. Come right here.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
There's Harrison. There he goes.
Harrison, come right here. Come between
say
us.
hi. Oh, okay. There
All
he
right.
goes again.
All right.
Wow, he's like Bigfoot.
Come here, Harrison.
Just
Very elusive.
yeah. Here, come on in. You want to sit right there? All right.
This is a first.
This is a
This is a
first.
first.
Can you say hello, internet friends?
All right, that's great. So,
yeah, the side boys.
the sub guys were like, we will never do the competition striping again. Like you got the last one.
All right.
So, first and last. Well, it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like it is.
I have to agree. I'm very excited about this guitar.
Yeah.
This is my white whale.
Are you okay?
My
You
white
can
goose.
send me another pick guard with a whale on it if you want to.
Yeah. This is, again. Like I said, you've been extremely patient with us.
Oh God, no! I mean,
So thank you.
No, and the reciprocal of that is, you guys did stuff that you had never done before, and you might not ever want to do again. So it's very mutual appreciation on that. I'm just so thrilled.
Well, this is typical of Tim and I. People will reach out to us with ideas, and we just get excited.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We say yes before we can even like think about how we're gonna do something. And this is why I don't know if you go on our website, we have like an insane amount of options.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think if you add them all up, like all the variables, there's like a quadrillion different ways you can dress up one of our guitars.
Excellent.
So that's why, I mean, we always do, like somebody will see one, like something we posted and be like, I want that one, but I want just like this little you know, thing different. It's rare that they're the same. They're the same.
I can be very guilty of options paralysis. Do you run into that a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how often. Maybe some people that get that analysis paralysis don't reach out.
Yeah.
We tried to. We have a new offering we call this the Select series, and it just has fewer options. We've kind of just limited what you can choose. But people start with that, and then they ultimately always switch over to like our custom shop.
Yeah, I think I was initially like, how can we do this efficiently and like cut some costs here and there, and then like every other week I think I messaged you guys and was like, yeah, what if they're all coil tappable? Like,
Yeah.
Originally we were just gonna finish the top.
Right, we
And
were gonna leave the
then
back
it's
and
like-
sides natural.
Yeah.
That was a great decision, actually.
think
We were
so.
talking about that today. This looks way better in a full gloss white
Yeah.
than I
Yeah.
think it would have.
You know.
It's a bummer because there's some beautiful wood under here.
Oh yeah, I'll post some
Right.
pictures on the old Gram later on.
Yeah, it's
after
about
the
the end
show.
result, though.
Yeah, because the pieces you picked out for it are just phenomenal. Is it a 3-piece neck?
Yeah, technically. So
Yeah.
it's maple, maple with a pinstripe of walnut.
Mm-hmm.
So we were kind of like
Bye, buddy.
going for a little bit of a Fender skunk stripe vibe.
Yeah.
But we have that volute. So one thing we want to do is just we do the pinstripe real thin,
Mm-hmm.
so that it just splits that volute. It doesn't end up on either side of the sort of top of the volute. You can't see it because this guitar's white, but
Right.
it looks sweet.
I had a question, but then I had a child sit down.
Yeah, that was nice. So is there? Go,
it wasn't a question. It was a soapbox for 1 second, and I think you'll probably agree with me, and it's probably something that you experience when you're helping people spec out. But we do a fair amount of custom guitars on demos in the dark, and one of the things that I've learned about the process is like if you're gonna go, like, if you've made the decision to go the custom guitar route, if you have cleared that hurdle, then never at that point after should your budget come into your thought process. You know, because like it's such a commitment, and then and a financial commitment, a time commitment, you know, like, you know, it's not a resellable guitar.
Right.
You know, it is. You know, it is.
I'm not going to, but I think I could
It
do
is-
a little something with that.
It's a thing for you, and so like I always tell people, like, you know, if you're making the decision to make yourself what could hopefully be a forever guitar, a guitar built specifically for you, then you know, how do you get into the spec process and then suddenly be like, let's just, I wanted chrome, but let's do nickel, you know?
Right.
Like, no, and it's like, no, man, like
Yeah.
you're in there, like you've already got through the gate. Now is not the time to even think about money.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think some people get to that point where, you know, like they ultimately just want what they want, or they had an initial vision for something, or they've, you know, they've gone through that process and then they go, well, you know, you get exactly, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, like, some people just really want a pretty simple instrument. They just don't want. Maybe they just connected with our body style, or they like the looks of what we're making in terms of quality, or the experience. So people will spec out some pretty like straightforward, nice and simple instruments,
Yeah,
which is just as exciting for us.
I think about like Nick
You're
Greer's
like, we could do
Rock
this one
Machine.
drunk.
Yeah.
What? I mean, what?
If I get another one, I do want you guys to just be absolutely hammered whenever you're building it.
Just see how it turns out.
I just want to know. I just want to see.
It just comes
Yeah,
out.
I mean,
it comes out as the first ever Labatt Blue.
Oh God, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Let's Labatt. If you're the social media person for Labatt, talk to
Get in
us.
touch.
I would
Yeah.
love for
Do
you
it.
to sponsor a guitar. I would be unbelievable.
And you don't mind if it's a lefty.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's a lefty bass, that would be preferable.
Do you guys do basses? I've never seen one.
They don't. They
Not
don't.
yet.
I
I'm a
can't-
bass player. That's why I'm sitting here
I
strumming
started
the
as
D
one
over and
as
over
well.
Yeah.
again.
So
Did you really?
so like there are three of you, two twins.
Yeah.
And an
Obviously.
older brother.
Yeah.
And how did this happen?
Are we about to birds and the bees this right now?
Yeah.
I'll skip that part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay,
mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, like, how did, like, yeah, you know, like, how do you go? How did
We grew up playing music.
Okay.
Our dad was a recording engineer in the Toronto here in Toronto. He worked at a studio called Nimbus 9,
Okay.
which like had a pretty storied history. The guy who started it was Garth Richardson, and he like discovered the Guess Who,
Oh,
and they recorded Night Moves there, and
Stop it.
Peter Gabriel, and but like a bunch of stuff, Alice Cooper,
Cool.
and my mom and dad met when my dad showed up to a party with the Bay City Rollers.
nice.
So your dad's cool,
Um,
is what you're telling me.
Was
So-
it Saturday night?
I mean, it was a party, but it was also the 70s, so I don't know. It could have been a
Every night
Tuesday.
was Saturday night.
Mhm.
That's what
Anyway,
Rick, that's
so
what Rick Beato would have you believe.
all that to say, you know, music was pretty present in our house, and our grandfather was a concert violinist.
Yeah,
So
with the NBC Symphony, right?
yeah,
That's wild.
and he actually, so he played with a conductor named Arturo Toscanini,
Mhm.
and when Arturo Toscanini died, this is the story that's been told to me. The whole a huge portion of the orchestra just quit.
Yep.
They said, we're not going to play with anybody else, including my grandfather, who was first violin. And then he ended up moving to Toronto and having an apartment across the hall from Bob Ezrin, who's famous Canadian producer. He did The Wall and Welcome to My Nightmare, and he discovered Alice Cooper. So the story goes. And so he convinced my grandfather. He heard my grandfather playing, and Bob's like a concert pianist.
Mhm.
He heard my grandfather playing violin and convinced him that he should start playing again. And then that's how my dad got involved in music, actually. Is Bob was like talking to my grandfather, and he was like, we need an engineer, but I don't want to hire anybody with any experience. And he was like, my son, he's never done anything like that. So he taught they like grabbed my dad and they sent him to what was it? I won't try to name it because I'll mess it up, but it was a studio in New York City where they were doing like John Lennon. They were recording John Lennon.
Electric Lady.
Maybe. I was just going to say
Sound
Abbey Road, but I was
Sound
worried
City.
Anyways, Sound City was in California.
Yeah. The New York one.
All right.
I mean, I think it was in New York. Anyways, so that's all to say we just like music was always something that we were interested in and we had a bit of history with. So we just sort of took to it. We thought it was cool because of all that.
Yeah.
And we started playing when we were pretty young. Our dad passed away in 95 and he had a P bass and he'd sold it to like a local guy. And after he passed away, the guy got in touch with us and gave it back to us.
Wow.
Cool.
Which was super nice.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm a bass player.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Before then, Tim and my older brother John started playing guitar. Like my older brother got a guitar for Christmas, and I guess I rebelled against the six strings.
Yeah. Or you're the last one, and they're like, you get the bass.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, you're not the first twin guitar builder to be on Demos in the Dark Live.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
And my good friends Sean and Mark over at Scythe Guitars are also twins.
Cool.
And they and Sean said on here that twins make the best guitars, I believe.
They do. They do.
But
how do you feel about wet sanding?
I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, that neither do they.
Mm-hmm.
So they describe their kind of entree into guitar building as kind of one that neither of them saw coming and not very formal. How would you describe how the three of you, like, did somebody go to luthier school? Were you guys just banging out stuff in the garage and then how did you guys end up making these really beautiful guitars?
Well, in high school, so Tim started, his first guitar was like I think a Samick or something like that, a Strat.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, like, when he was like 11 or 12, we used to walk dogs and like look after dogs. That was our first business. It's called Frank Brothers Doggy Sitting.
Amazing.
And so serial entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And that's how he saved enough money to go and buy himself a Strat. And he was a tinkerer, and he claims somebody, like, he took it to the guitar shop and they stripped the truss rod. Might have been him. I'm not going to say who. I don't actually know if I've ever accused him of that, so I'm accusing him of that.
And he's not here to defend himself.
Live
so this is
YouTube.
That type of show.
Yeah.
You are the father.
Yeah.
So for Christmas, I got him this book on, it was Dan Erlewine's guitar player repair guide.
Truss rod. That's a great one. Yeah.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
And took that, and we bought an all parts neck or two, and might have wrecked one. Fixed up his Strat, and then I was like, oh, what a cool idea that would be to futz around with. I had a Yamaha beater bass, and I was like really into Jacko pasta sauce, Pistorius.
Ragu. Jocko Ragu.
And as every bass player is,
I have never heard that one before.
Vic Wooten, Jacko Pistorius,
Vic
Wooten. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So
Bass player joke.
I was like, I'm pulling these frets out.
Yeah.
So I just yanked all the frets out of my base, totally fucked it up.
Didn't put anything in there, just like.
So
I mean, I poured epoxy in that I got like I think I like went into my mom's furnace room where she had like there were some like tools and house repair stuff, and I like found some epoxy and just gooped that in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this base, it was like bright red Yamaha, and I was like I can't have that. I want a natural finish because my P base, my mom wouldn't let me gig with my P base. She was worried it was going to get stolen. So I was like, well, I want it to be natural. Like my P is ash.
Yeah.
So I stripped the finish, and then it was a 1973
I can
Precision
picture it.
with a neck like a jazz bass.
Oh.
I never knew that. Now I pick up P bases later, and I'm like, whoa, this
is horrible.
fat.
Sounds great.
Like, why?
Plays terribly.
Yeah.
I put it into other bass players' hands, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" So I don't know that much about it, but it's got Bartolini pickups. I don't know who put those in. So I stripped the finish on this Yamaha, and it's awful underneath. I don't know. It's like tulip wood or, and it's ugly, and it's got this like cap on it. So I was like, I can't gig with this. So then I just convinced my mom to like let me take the P bass out, and then I don't know what I even did with the Yamaha, So
Well,
then, anyways, then we.
It doesn't sound like anyone's playing it.
No, it's probably in my mom's attic.
Bring it back to life. Bring it back to
I
life.
should.
Yes.
So from there, we were like, then just doing like tinkering and futzing, and we moved out to Halifax for school, and Tim and I, John was out there. He's older than us, so he like was only there for 1 year while we were there, and Tim had a extra bedroom in his house, so we like bought all this equipment. We bought like a drill press, an air compressor that was full of water.
Nice.
I don't know, a bunch of other tools, jigsaw, and we started building a telly. And we're like, we're gonna make this nice. We're gonna make a real nice telly, walnut top, like ebony fretboard. And then we like reached out to some local builders, and they were all like, "Don't put too much money into this. It's gonna be a piece of garbage." We're like, "No, we know what we're doing. I've read all the books."
Early wine says it'll be good.
Yeah. So we made a bit of a. I have the neck here. I'll grab it in a minute. But yeah, we then scrapped it for parts and started building another guitar. And then when we moved back from Halifax, we got a shared shop at a sculpture studio that had some woodworking equipment in the West End. And that's when we built our first prototype. And then John, our older brother, who's not involved in like the manufacturing side of things, he wrote a business plan for us and was like, "You guys could do something with this. Like, let's sit down and like hash this out." And then we went to go seek some advice from like a neighbor / like good old family friend. And he was like, "This is like sweet. Like, let's do." He owns a wood distribution company. He was like, "I want to like be a partner in this. Like, let's make this happen." So he just like saw some potential in us and has been right there with us. Like,
Wow.
So it's 4 people that are in the business, and then Tim and I are the manufacturers.
You're
With a small growing team.
Yeah. Are there only 2 of you building at this point?
So 2 Frank brothers, and then we've got 2 employees working here right now.
Okay.
And then one starting on Monday. Another one starting on Monday.
All right.
Are they any good?
They're great.
Good.
Yeah.
You can tell us for real after.
Super good personalities.
Nice. Good. That's important.
No, really skilled guys.
Moldable.
Yeah, a lot of potential.
we one of the guys has like a background in fine carpentry. One of the guys he's an artist, and he was working at a frame building shop doing custom frames for high-end art and stuff.
Wow,
and
cool.
he does the wet sanding. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
I did actually do some wet sanding today.
Congratulations.
Just a little. So
We had practically an entire episode dedicated
Yeah.
to wet sanding.
With Mark
It's
and John.
I mean, if you're doing full gloss guitars, it is a lot of work. Kai.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. You can keep that one, I guess. So where are those first guitars? Are those the ones that are in your shop, the prototypes?
Yeah, we have number 0, which we
Yeah.
built at the shared studio, and then we have the original Frank Brothers, which is like the signature model, chambered body, double bound. Like we really went we went for it.
Yeah, and those are, because if I'm not mistaken, those are the two that Seth Doohan, great Minneapolis guitar player. Go check him out. Seth, what? That we
get plugs
played.
in.
Yeah, get your plugs.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that we played when we came through. Right?
Probably.
Yeah.
We it's not often we have like a guitar. It's always, it seems always the case, somebody drops by when we don't have a guitar that's playable.
Yeah. Well,
so then we were like, well, we've got these guitars that we built 7 years, 8 years, 10 years ago.
Yeah, and that's kind of where my eventual question is going, because we sat and we were like, yeah, let's try them out, and we just both got lost, like for I don't know how long, but I fell in love with the guitars that were your first like 2 that you built, which is
cool.
insane.
That's awesome.
So I'm fascinated in like we kind of got into how you like got into the business, but how were your first 2 guitars so excellent? Is that a real question? Or like,
well, that's a very kind question.
Whatever.
Yeah. Or it could be, or he could be backing you into a corner.
Yeah.
What's wrong with those
journalism.
2 guitars? Like how long did the prototyping phase take you?
Oh, probably a year.
Okay.
We work. I mean, we have. I think we've become more efficient, but we're kind of slow. I mean, we usually give about a 6 to 8 month lead time on custom, and we're pretty good about that these days, unless there's something wild.
Like a double sparkle bound, semi-hollow. Yeah.
So I don't know. Those guitars probably took us. We probably took our sweet time with them. Is what I'm saying. And when we first started, we didn't know what tolerances to work within. When you're manufacturing something, you usually like have a tolerance range, like plus or minus some measurement. And these books in the guitar world, the guitar building world that we were reading, or the online resources we were looking at, would be like, a neck should be dead flat. We're like, well, what the hell does that mean? What is dead flat? Give me a number. You know, or like, a gloss should be like a mirror finish, right? So we're like, well, okay, mirror means you have to like be able to like see, individual hairs on your face if you're looking at it. So we just like we set these really high expectations, and we just chased those. And I think that's maybe partly in our nature, and partly what drove our like passion for quality, like really like high quality. And so
when really they meant flattish and And
I mean, like a carpenter says dead, like a house builder says, dead flat, like 2x4. It means like it's not super.
But
curved.
I'll tell you, like the outer walls of my house are not straight.
No. Oh yeah. Oh, my house, you should see it. Like the main floor is like this, and the second floor is like this.
We just had all new hardwood put in.
Very exciting.
Yeah,
beautiful.
but I was watching.
I mean, I like wood.
Yeah. I was watching them on the outer wall, and watching them line up the boards, and I was like, that thing is not even close to straight. They're like, nope.
Yeah, is it an old house?
No, it's not. It was built in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's old.
Mine's from 1947.
Yeah, my previous house.
We're framing the basement right now, and it's not going well. In terms of just like figuring out, like, is the wall messed up or is this 2x4 messed up? It's all been.
They had other things on their mind in 1943. My house was built in 1920.
Yeah, our previous house was built in 1900.
Wow, that's old.
Yeah, it was.
Isn't that wild?
It was
Doesn't
wild.
that make you think? Who
Yeah.
lived there, and how
Well,
many ghosts are in there
They
now?
gave us
Not enough.
They gave us a
You
book
like ghosts, eh?
on the old house when we closed on it. They gave us this book, and the book had records of everyone who had owned it back to the very first owner, and they would mark down notes on any updates that they made, and any changes or anything like that. And it was,
Which of them died in the house? Which
Yeah.
of them are ghosts in the house?
right? It was pretty. First off, I mean, in 120 years, a lot of people lived there, so that was interesting.
Yeah. How many people do you remember? Like roughly?
No, I didn't count it, but the book was like yay thick, like
Oh my
it was,
God.
and it was full. I mean, and the people
Did
who
you
lived
guys
there.
sign it?
No, we didn't. The people who lived there before us didn't either.
Why'd you follow their lead?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't
Let's
know
go
either.
back and find the book.
And then we didn't give it to the people. I'm kidding.
Wow,
You're
we
telling me
120-year tradition.
I'm kidding. We totally
Yeah.
gave it to him.
You're cursed. 'Cause,
Yep.
it's
The ghosts are
changing.
here
And that
now.
very book is right.
Yep. Do we
It
have
follows
ghosts?
you
Can we
everywhere
bring in
you
the
go.
ghost? Okay, here. Do you? Yeah. Here's my question. You're a bass player. Why no Frank Brothers bass? Now we're in gotcha journalism.
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
tell you how many people I talked to about your company. That's a sentence in and of itself, and your guitars. But then that say, do they make basses? And I say no, and they say, what are their names? And then they say they hate each of you individually.
Okay.
But why no basses yet? What's going on?
Still
Great
trying to
question.
nail
Well,
that fretless wonder.
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta fix, unfinished business. Rather. Tim, I guess a while ago, just convinced me. He was like, "Guitars are way cooler, man."
Oh.
And I was like, "Are you sure?" I don't know. I know a lot of guitar players, and
Yeah.
kidding.
D-bags.
There are-
All
yeah.
of them. D-bags,
Yeah.
all of them.
So yeah, I don't know. We just started with guitars, and I mean, it's in our future.
Mhm.
We will be making a bass.
One bass.
We just yeah, just the one for me.
It'll be red. Kind of look like a Yamaha.
Yep. The fretboard.
Yeah.
The
The refinished Yamaha.
the fretboard is just all epoxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
There's
wood.
a nice tackiness
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, definitely gonna happen. I mean,
Cool.
we've
Are
been.
you guys planning on? Because I mean, right now, from my vantage point, you guys are using a similar body style for all of the models right now, correct?
Yeah, they're all the same silhouette.
Yeah. Are you
So
guys?
the only difference is the arcade, which is our solid body, is thinner,
Because
and it's not chambered at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
solid, and it's not bound on the back.
Mhm.
They all are the same silhouette. They all have an arched top and back. They all have this what we call a blended heel.
yeah.
The diamond volute, same bow tie headstock shape. So we've left those elements, and then we've just changed the actual body core. So
Mhm.
yeah, solid body. Then the signature model is semi-chambered. So it's got these like slot chambers that go
Sure.
all along the base side, and then the ultralight is center block,
Yeah.
fully chambered, with so just different takes on the same
Yeah.
silhouette.
Is there an appetite to? Are you like, we got a waiting list that's 2 years long. We're fine with this body style for now, or is there any appetite to like try something different?
There is an appetite for that. Yeah, part of why we haven't gone that route or to start down that road is just because we've been
Because people keep buying you freaking guitars, right?
They already have
Yeah.
a quadrillion options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yes, we would love to make some time to do that, and that's we're growing the team here. We're trying to give Tim and I a little bit more time to be creative.
And
I imagine we need
Yeah.
more time to be drunk.
yep. I was
Uh,
gonna say because at least one of you is a dad too, right?
Yes, and Tim's got one on the way.
All
Ooh,
right.
I have a
fun.
1.5-year-old,
Ooh.
and then Tim's got a minus 3-month-old.
Make
What-
sure Tim knows that Kai and Ryan are both great names for any gender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
That is
it
true.
works.
That is
Yeah.
true.
How about Cayenne?
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right.
Very 2020.
We we just had
A baby.
no.
Wow. Oh.
No. I'm
I
going.
didn't-
I'm going the opposite
Oh,
direction
okay.
here. First off, I do want to say we got 15 minutes rolling here, and so I want to say that if you have any specific questions for Frank Brothers or just Nick, go ahead and put it up now.
Slap him in.
And
Zach Weeks is pumped to get his arcade next week.
Yes. Zach.
Yeah.
Super stoked.
So we had our oldest. We had 2 pugs, and our oldest Ringo just passed last week, 2 weeks, week and a half ago.
Mhm.
And so the 2 of them, they were Ringo and Starkey. They're both
nice.
named after. And so now we're like, now we're talking about the the next dog at some point, and talking about names, and I'm kind of like, I can't think of any more names that we can name after the drummer from the Beatles.
I guess it's got to be Zach
you could-
with a K.
You could do Richard because that was his real name.
Yeah, and then I call him Dick.
Stu Sutcliffe. Oh, he was the bass player. Pete.
No,
Pete.
Pete
Pete
Best.
Best.
Yeah.
That's great. I
All
like
right,
that.
so here's our first. This is hard hitting journalism
Yep,
here as
yep.
well.
Once again,
I mean,
it's
this
that
is,
kind of show.
This is
So
why.
buckle up.
This is why you stay out of the comments section.
Mhm.
That's the rule. We got BL Rogers 4000. His question is, why are you guys so nice?
What's the deal?
Wow.
God, perfect answer.
Yeah. Then we have Visual Guy.
Blushing.
What Visual Guy who got his guitar
Yeah,
today?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it a Koa top? Or
Well, it's
or a flame maple
actually
stain?
curly maple
Ooh.
that we toned to look like Koa.
There you go.
So maybe you could call it Foa.
Yeah.
And I will.
But
Um,
I love it. Actually, you get that real like bang and curl from the maple.
banging
nice.
girl.
That nice brown walnut.
Yeah. So what is your favorite?
He would like to know
Finish
what your
color.
favorite finish color is.
Ooh.
He'd be like the one
I'm
that
actually
we,
gonna-
the one that we just made you.
I'm going to take this a step further. Have you specced out your own?
I have a few times. So those are what we call our brother's choice guitars.
Okay.
So
So if you were going to
Um,
take one home, what are we doing?
I don't know. It's always changing. Okay, so why don't I start here? My first brother's choice guitar
Mhm.
was the one we do quite a bit now, which is like the torted out Trillium White.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Trillium White top. It was bound in white with a tortoiseshell purfling. Fully bound neck with a tortoiseshell headstock. And what did we do? Oh, we did like our floating tailpiece, like you
Mhm.
got here.
Oh.
All nickel. This is gold. First gold Frank Brothers floating tailpiece.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we made that for Squarespace. It's hanging in the
yeah.
office in Squarespace, and it was all. It was the funniest thing.
Did you get like a year's worth of web service for that?
We did.
Nice.
There we go.
And they made all these posters that they just sent us like some graphics, and we're like, "What do you guys think of these?" And we're like, "Cool." Like, I don't know what you're. Like, we asked them what they were going to do with them. They're like, "We're going to put them like we're going to do some advertising with them."
Oh.
And then we started getting like just blasted, like our phones just ringing off the hook with people like sending us photos of them in the subway, not the sandwich
Cool.
restaurant,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that'd be cool too.
the TTC.
Yeah.
The Toronto subway, and like there was one in Union Station that was like massive, so it was just
Wow.
kind of hilarious.
That's
Do you
cool.
think they'd be interested in trading my monthly bill for a Hello Internet Friends shirt?
Maybe
Yeah.
2 Hello Internet friends?
Oh.
If anyone from Square Space is watching right now, you can have the ones off of our backs.
Yep.
Wow,
We'll
what an
strip
offer.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I
is-
just want to say, to me, the white with the torted out white Frank Brothers, to me, is the Frank Brothers look. Like, that's the quintessential Frank Brothers for me.
It has
So
become a
cool.
bit of a hallmark, I think, for
Yeah.
us. But the first Frank Brothers guitars, like the one you played, were all curly maple with bursts. And the very first one was like just a really light amber burst, like barely changed color.
Ooh.
So yeah, I mean, we do have that soft spot for
Yeah.
Yeah.
big
So they-
leaf Western flame maple.
This
Beautiful.
question is
Like-
one that, I mean, I don't know about you, Kai.
This
but,
is what we call niche.
This is a question that I feel like both of us. I feel like it's the question that everybody who's watching this probably wants to ask.
But they're too afraid
But they're
to.
too afraid to ask.
Yeah.
And the question is, what's the pucker factor like when you route into a freshly buffed finish?
It was high to begin with. It's about to be high again because we're transferring that over to the new machine. So it'll be a whole new.
Follow-up question: is this a sex thing?
Plunging into freshly routed guitars.
Yeah. No,
Or-
I don't know what any of that
Nope,
means.
no clue.
Nope.
Oh, that was the second another question.
No, I don't know what a pucker factor is.
Oh, pucker factor. I think it means like
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you're scared.
like your
The
like your
fear.
butt.
Yeah.
It might be. It might be.
So I
butter.
was
It's
close.
too- it's
I
too
was
bad-
close.
It's too bad my 5-year-old isn't here because
Yeah.
he would have loved that.
Yeah. Just saying butt.
No, he would. He would have. He would love.
It's
to
fun. It is a funny
learn about butt puckering.
phrase.
I'm gonna put him to bed tonight after this, and as I'm, putting my hand.
I have a story to tell you.
I
Yeah.
would be like,
Mhm.
son, we got to talk about butt.
We got to talk
puckering."
about your butt.
I just learned about butt puckering, and I want to pass this. I want to pass
There's
this
a-
on to my kin.
There's a long father-son tradition.
All right, so Rectangular Eye, do you have any personal favorite builds? I wonder if that means, do you have any that you remember that you built over the years that just really struck your memory? But I'm interested in who's your favorite guitar builder who's not you.
Okay. Well, so I would say the person that inspired us probably the most was is a guy named Joe Yanizello, who's a local. He used to be in Toronto, but he moved to Niagara region, which is you guys know Niagara.
Yeah.
You got the big waterfall.
Yeah. Heard of it.
Yep.
So Joe Yanizello, Yanizello. He makes extraordinary guitars. He's got his own unique body style. He makes all the hardware. He makes the pickup covers.
It's like Fidelity.
They're stunning instruments.
Yeah.
They're little. They weigh like 6 pounds.
Ooh.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
Just go check him out.
I will.
He really inspired us. And he finished our very first guitar, and he's become a friend.
Cool. And now, proud dad moments. Are there any guitars out there that you built that you're especially proud of, stoked on?
Like
You don't have to say mine. Or yeah.
I heard about one for Corey Wong. I've never seen it though.
You haven't?
Yeah. Well, there's some
beautiful.
videos
Yeah.
Is there?
online
It's
with
his like
Corey
main studio
and
guitar.
Is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
I haven't talked to him in a while. Every time he's in Toronto, he reaches out. Super nice guy.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine
Um,
playing anything except for a Strat.
Well, it's kind
I
of
know.
stratty. I
Well,
took the
and
pickup
that's his-
configuration from him.
Yeah, this
actually.
is it.
Yep.
It's actually in the like the programming to route these. It's called Corey Wong because it was the first time we did it.
Yeah.
That was a fun guitar, and we had a blast going and recording at a studio called Baldwin Sound here in Toronto with Corey, and we were just like Ariel Posen was in town, and we were hanging out with him before the Corey Wong show.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm like gonna actually get up on stage and hang and play with Corey," which he did, which was insane. And then we were like, well, if you're tight with Corey, we're shooting a video with him tomorrow at Baldwin Sound. You should come by. Like, I mean, we didn't run this by Corey, but he ended up being really cool with it.
He's
got
usually fun.
Ariel
Yeah.
to play on it, and it's insane.
Yeah, those videos are sweet. Plus, you got Qatar and Gastangwe and Sweet Sweet Kevin on bass.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those guys are all super fun dudes.
Mhm.
All right, last question for you, and the question is, what is your favorite part of the process?
Okay. I mean, I do most of the stuff around here.
Yeah, there we
so
go.
We know.
I don't
We
wanna
know.
make it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, so I sort of live in this area. This is the wood shop, and me along with Ryan, who works here, we do everything from raw lumber, which if I go,
Yeah.
oh, it's there.
Yeah.
We get it in raw lumber and break it down, and then we bring it to the point where it goes into the spray booth, and then that's where Tim and Brandon take over.
Mm-hmm.
So within that, I don't know. I mean, I love working with the CNC machines.
Yeah.
It's really fun. You can do. There's a lot of creative sort of room in there, because you can just do things that maybe you couldn't tackle another way.
Sure.
So I love workshopping that stuff, work holding and like fixturing, and we work with an awesome guy we've been working with him forever. He does all like the CNC programming and stuff, and we're really close. His name's Mark Kett, and that's like a lot of fun working with him on all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of like doing like the really fine detail work.
Yeah.
I'd say. The binding, the fretboard leveling. Geez, I don't know. I like, one thing that's fun. Here, I'll just skip all that, and I'll just say making these little switch tips.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
It's a stupid little fun thing.
You know,
That's right.
that we
But
do.
you make those. You actually
Yeah.
make those.
Yeah, I do it
That's-
a real dumb way too. I do it all on the drill press. It's very inefficient. So for that reason, everyone is completely different. I don't have a template. It's very unlike us.
You gotta have
Um,
one thing though, where you're just like, you know what? We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. So everyone comes out different.
Well, this is a thoroughly satisfying hour.
We did it.
I thought.
Yeah.
You were incredible to have here, and you had a lot of really great insight. And do you have anybody who you want to give a quick shout out to or say hello to before we close this out? Want to plug a gig you got coming up or anything like that?
I mean, if you're not checking us out on Instagram,
Yeah.
Frank_brothers. If you're ever in Toronto, hit us up.
Yeah.
We love having people by.
I'll be in on March 9th. I'm
for
swinging
real?
through. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh.
amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
I
This is an
That's
important
great.
question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mr. William John Bennett III asks, Ryan, when are you getting a Frank? We need a demo. I don't know who this
Yeah.
is a question for.
Yeah. Will, you're doing just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it'll be my first solo demo.
Yeah. What if I contract that one out?
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
This has been wonderful, and we appreciate your time. I know that you guys are busy, and so I really appreciate it. You can tell your brother he's dead to me.
Yep. Both of them.
I'm telling you, I fired him. That's why
Yeah.
he's not here.
Yeah. So
We're having him on next week to get the real story.
Yeah, we can't be in the same room
No,
together.
it's
That's
You know
the
what? Come to
backstory.
think of it, I've never seen you two in the same room. How do I know?
Yeah, I just actually I just turn my hat around backward,
Yeah.
the other way
Yeah,
around,
that's what I thought.
and assume that character.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's been super fun hanging with you guys. I really appreciate you having me on. Thank you if you're all listening, to all the super awesome customers, including you, Kai, for
Happy to
dreaming
be
up
one.
such cool guitars and letting us do what we do.
It's my pleasure. I can't wait to play it. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
man.
great.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, I'm
We'll have it in the
looking
case
forward
for
to
you.
playing it too.
We'll see.
You gonna let that happen?
I'm
Yeah,
not-
well, it'll never be as clean as it is today, the day I put its first scratch in it, right here.
Oh, I'm so glad, because that's the one thing I'm nervous about. I know that's a joke, but I'm also like, I kind of need to rough it up a little bit, because
Yeah, you know, it's
I'm kind of
nitro.
mean to
It'll happen.
guitars. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got really acidic sweat.
So-
And with that,
thank you.
thanks, Nick.
Thanks.
Oops.
Oh, you cut
him off.
Rude.
Ooh.
Rude. We're dead to him now, too.
Yeah, man, it's a tough crowd here.
Yeah. That was fun.
It was fun.
What
That
a
guy
swell
was
guy.
great. He was
Yeah.
super great. And it was fun to hear about kind of how they got into it.
Mhm.
Seriously, like rich musical family history.
Oh, yeah. He did say his grandpa was a first violin in Toscanini's NBC studio. He was concertmaster of that orchestra.
Wow. You
Yeah.
didn't fact check him on the spot.
Well, that's kind of what he meant. That's why I knew what he meant. It's fine. But just to give you an idea of the pedigree of musicianship running through this family,
yeah.
just a badass group of people.
Yeah, and he kept on talking about the CNC Music Factory as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I was gonna
dumb,
offer up.
dumb.
It's all right. When he was
dumb.
saying they hadn't named it yet, my brain was screaming CNC Lauper.
Oh,
So
that would have been.
I don't feel great about it.
Yeah. So quick reminder, hello internet friends, t-shirts are now available on demosinthedark.com. Please get yours.
Yep. You
And-
can buy this one if you say the correct dollar
just-
amount. I won't even wash it.
Yep. And then you can check out the future calendar for Demos in the Dark Live, which is not updated. So I'm going to update you right now. On
And apparently me.
Yes, on the next one that we have on the 21st of October, we will be back here in this spot, and we will be talking to Mr. Tim Marcus.
Oh, Timmy Mark
of Milkman Sound, and Tim and I know each other quite well, and we give each other loads of grief. So I think that will be a good
I'm
one
excited.
if you want to hear me be verbally abused in a funny way.
I do.
All right. Well, this was a great one, and I look forward to the next. Thank you, Kai.
Oh, thank you, Ryan.
And thank you guys for your time.